Hey everybody, quick update. Just got a Maxspect Gyre XF-250 and the new controller that they have that comes with it. What I decided to do was switch out the Jebao PP8s, which are great pumps. Um, I think really well made, uh, but as many times as I tried to move them around the tank to address any dead spots in the tank, it always seemed like I couldn't get them all. So the solution either had to be add another PP8 or possibly two. Probably one would have done it, or just switch it up. And I decided to switch it up. So I got the XF-250, which is a lot more than I need for this 120 gallon 4-foot tank. Puts out a lot of flow. So and in the process, what I did was able to eliminate, or actually reduce, the number of wires hanging in the tank. So now there's only one, and it's, you guys have seen these before. It's fairly low profile. One of them coming out of the tank. And as far as a pump being in the tank, I don't know. The PP8s were hidden pretty well. You can definitely see this gyre. It's not ugly, but it's not like there's nothing in the tank. There's definitely something that you see in the tank. So I don't really see that as as an advantage. The obvious advantage is when I hooked it up and got it powered up. I think it kicked on at 50%, and there was stuff that was kicking off the sand bed right away. So I knew there was a difference immediately in what it was hitting in terms of stuff on the sand bed versus what the PP8s were able to do, and that was only at 50%. And so, this pump here, there's no way in this tank that I'm going to run it anywhere near 100%. It actually, I'll show you in a minute where it's set up on the controller, but I've got it set here probably 3 inches below the water line, and I've seen some people that have it a lot higher up. And the reason I did that on this is I have my return lines basically pointing up. I don't like to depend on a return pump for flow in the tank. I just think that flow through the sump should not be crazy, and so obviously you're not going to get a whole lot in the way of flow out of the return lines if you don't run a whole lot of flow through your sump. So this is the way that I do it, and so I'm not really depending on the gyre to provide surface agitation, because there's plenty from the return pump. So the only thing that well, here's a real advantage to switching this out, is basically all of this here was in my electrical cabinet and was replaced by just that. So pretty clean, the way that looks now, right next to the return pump controller. Basically down there is the Kessel controller and the ATO controller, and that's it. So it's really clean in here. Everything has its dedicated power, and the one thing, I'm getting a little bit older. I'm not old, but getting a little bit older, and the seeing the items on that controller, the display on the controller, that was kind of challenging setting it up. But it's so small, when you look at the Jebao pump, I mean, that's pretty easy. It's kind of, I guess, a little bit cheesy looking, but you're reading exactly what the power is right there. It's 27 on this. You kind of have to look pretty close to be able to see what you're looking at, because it's very small. So anyway, I've got it set up on the random pattern right now, and it goes, I think, down from 10% pulse up to about 60% pulse, and It seems like it's doing pretty well right now. It's not shooting up a crazy wave, but from time to time it you know, it moves a little bit. You know, I don't want a huge wave in this thing either, but it definitely is moving the water throughout the tank, and seems to be hitting all the spots. So pretty happy with it. I'm, you know, at this point I'm not gonna make the investment into it, you know, buying another one. If when I get coral in here, if I see that there isn't enough movement for coral, which is hard for me to believe that it wouldn't be just with this one pump, but maybe I'll buy the extra pump. But anyhow, just wanted to give an update. Thanks for watching.